This is The Process Shot. I'm Michael. I'm stuck in a haunted movie theater, and I've seen The Kid, a silent comedy from 1921 directed by Charlie Chaplin. It turns out that this was his first feature-length film, and I'll say up front that he hits it right out of the gate. It follows Chaplin as the tramp, taking in a baby that had been abandoned by his mother, who is seen having a change of heart. Years pass and the kid has grown up to be like a son to the tramp, and together they make their way through the world despite living in poverty, earning money through a setup involving window repair. Meanwhile, the boy's mother has gone on to become a wealthy actress, performing acts of charity around the city, which just so happens to include where the kid and the tramp live. While there's potential for a reunion between the two, it may not be one which would include the tramp. I'll leave it at that, because this movie is actually pretty short, and anything more would be a spoiler. It's also a rather streamlined story as a result, with its focus honing in far more on the tramp and the kid over anything else. The whole of the film is essentially developing their relationship, first as the tramp adjusts to life as a caretaker, then later as the two act as father and son, and with this their greater dynamic is set up well. Their performances are the crux of all of this, exhibiting a liveliness and loving sense of existence both individually and together. But here you can almost see a different sort of chemistry which is not only illustrated by their lots in life, but in their body language as well. It becomes plain to see why they would be the primary focus, especially given how everybody else in the film pretty much serves more to play a specific role in events, without getting any greater characterization of their own. On a similar note, the film's story is also pretty barren until the ending, when story details finally come together to create dramatic tension, and maybe even a few tears from an audience member. Again, most of the story is spent on the tramp and the kid themselves, save for an odd dream sequence near the end, which is essentially one giant fantasy that ends as suddenly as it begins. I'm not sure why it's here, but it is at least pretty fun. The technical details of the movie are pretty basic and flat, but that's the standard setup for a silent film, at least as far as I've seen. The camera will stay in one place before being cut off by an edit or a scene change. Cutting and editing likes to let full takes play out for the most part, and audio and color design are pretty much non-existent in terms of natural sound or other creative choices. All the kind of stuff that you'd find in a silent film production, you know? Anyways, there really isn't too much else to say here, other than to summarize that while the movie may not have a lot going for it on the surface, the kid and tramp themselves do especially steal the show. And this isn't simply because they're the lead characters, but also because of how they carry themselves throughout the film, and how they can take this simpler story of a found family and push it in a different direction. Not so much a moralistic one, but an emotional one. That's it for this review. If you liked it, leave a like. If you have something to add, leave a comment. Subscribe to the channel for more reviews. Honestly, I'm not sure I did my best with this review. I'm feeling a bit drowsy right now. I wonder if they put NyQuil in the popcorn here for some reason.